Hey YouTube, what's up? In JT Sasuke. I'm here to bring you my review for the Vampire Diaries. Whew. Now, originally I elected to not put this into storylines, but I'm going to put this in storylines anyways. We're going to start with Matt Donovan's storyline. So Matt Donovan, he comes into the cellar that Enzo is in. He gives him a shot glass, and him and Enzo start talking. He starts asking Enzo, just what are his plans, and he's like, look, Enzo, so basically just like, look, I led your vampire hunter friend astray down south. I don't know when he's coming back, but he's hell bent on killing everybody that I know that's a vampire. So imagine if I were to actually rat out Elena, Caroline, Stefan, Damon. If he imagine if he would have really rat out all those people. Well, not Damon because he didn't know he's back yet. But he's like, imagine if I were to really rat out all those people. Imagine that. Be terrible. And then on top of the fact that you're affiliated with them, yeah, that'd be pretty terrible for you. So that kind of gets him up. That kind of gets him like on the defensive and kind of making him realize that damn, okay, I gotta get him out of here. They started hatching a plan to how to get him out of there, but then the vampire hunter guy came back and he was like, look, I followed the lead and it was a dead end. He was like, oh, sorry about that. He was like, but I did find the girl you were looking for. 500 miles from where she said she was gonna be. Apparently, that's the girl that he was talking about is Damon's, not Damon, sorry, Stefan's ex girlfriend that died at the beginning of the episode. Um, yeah. By the way, she got taken over the border and she died. Apparently, what happens is when you go over the border, all the magic is gone, so you're human again, and you die again in whatever way that you died. So I mean, the one guy had his neck slit, the other guy was shot in the head, and then she got her neck snapped. So that's what happened. So excuse me. With that being said, he was just like, look, you need to hurry up and expose your vampire friend to me, or I'm gonna drive you over the border, and leaves. Matt Donovan then goes to talk to Alaric, and he goes to talk to Caroline and tell them that he's captured and they need to get him out of there. They start hatching a plan. And they're trying to figure out how he got captured. That's when Stefan comes along and says, I turned him in. We then come to the end of Matt Donovan's. Yeah, we come to the end of his thing. Now, we start off with Alaric. Alaric, no. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, not Alaric. Stefan. We start out with Stefan. So obviously Stefan did said that. Basically, what ends up happening is Stefan and Caroline they go to see if they could break out of Lark. I mean Enzo just by going in there, ripping off the chains and breaking him out. They end up almost getting caught, and yeah, they end up almost getting caught. And when they get in there, he's gone. So now they have to fucking find him. In the meantime, we have in the meantime, basically Enzo, not Enzo, Stefan. Sorry guys, I'm a bit tired. But basically we have Stefan. He goes to Alaric and says, look, this is what's gonna happen. We need to block off the exits. So now we have later on in the episode we have Stefan and Alaric on one exit and Elena and Caroline on another exit. Now, early in the episode, we do have Damon. He ends up talking to Alaric, saying how he was so happy to come back and to see Elena, only for her memories of ever loving him to be erased, and he hates that. So he tried to talk to her. It didn't work. She ended up jumping out the window and running away from him. He didn't even get to see her. He basically just stayed in her room most of the time, just waiting for her. He ended up talking to her on the phone, and she was like, you know what, maybe we should meet face to face in my room. He was just like, all right, yeah, cool. It's interesting because Jeremy actually found him there, and he was just like he wanted to know why Bonnie didn't come back, and he lied to them. He lied to him to save him from the hurt, basically saying that she wasn't there. So Jeremy later on just broke down and got really angry. He tried to cancel her voicemail, but he didn't have her. He tried to cancel her phone service, but he didn't have her pin because he couldn't remember it. And it's just Jeremy's just a mess. But after a while, Damon, he's been in her room forever doing stuff. So he starts setting everything back up the way it was. When the vampire hunter dude comes in, he shoots Damon, but Damon catches it and throws it at him, catches the needle and throws it at his leg. That's when he tries to shoot him again, but Damon runs up behind him and basically I think he grabbed the stake that he shot at him, ran at him and put it to his neck and was like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" But he came with backup and they shot Damon and Damon fell to the ground. He got knocked out. I'm assuming they either put him to sleep or put some type of ravane on him. We come back later in the episode and Damon and Enzo are both inside the same truck and they're about to be driven over. They're about to be driven over the border. So what happens is they end up running into Alaric and Stefan, and Stefan gets in the car. And what actually they do is they take apart the engine, and then Stefan gets in the car and tells Elena and Caroline that the guy with them. So afterwards, what they end up doing is Alaric he stopped him and ask him for a ride. The guy's just like, no, I can't. I'm pretty busy. He was like, all right, well, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. And he starts trying to attack the guy. The guy tries to fight a lark back, and he ends up hitting the gas pedal, and each and every one of them just go over the border. So eventually, what ends up happening is Stefan has to now go over the fucking border. So he ends up going over the border and starts bleeding from his stomach because that's how he died. He got shot in the stomach. He ends up getting Enzo and Damon away along with himself, but Alaric, he actually ends up dying, but not before his crazy stalker witch girlfriend can save him. Yes, she is a witch. I'll talk about that in a moment. Um, she ends up coming up, saving him by basically just keeping his heart beating. He dies as a vampire, but comes back to life as a human, and now they gotta put him in the hospital. So that's amazing. But at the same time, it's not because Elena wanted her memories of Damon back, and now she can't get them. So now she has to move on. So in the meantime, earlier in the episode, Elena, when she was trying to stay away from Damon, Elena, she went because she had the internship at the hospital. She was trying to talk to Alaric's love interest, and she was basically just like, "Look, I know what you are. I know what Alaric is. If another blood bank goes missing, I know who to go to." And she was just like, "He tried to compel you. The only thing that can not be compelled is either another vampire or a witch." And she was like, "You know what? Look, how about this? I don't ask questions about you. You don't ask questions about me." And they agreed on that, which means that she's a witch, and I'm hoping that she's a pretty powerful one at that. I think with her, they should be able to get rid of that spell, so that is awesome. I'm hoping that they're actually able to, because I feel bad that they can't even go into their own damn homes now. And then in a little side story, the girl that Elena tried to kill, she basically is trying to find out who her family is. Matt actually ends up telling her that the people that live at the house that she's been staying at is Damon and Stefan Salvatore, but they're vampires and they're evil, and she's not gonna find family there, so just go far away. Honestly, they're vampires, yes, and they've both done terrible things, especially Damon, but and at the end of the day, they're both good people. I think he's really just trying to protect her, but at the same time, I feel like he also feels that way, like he's just tired of all the whole vampire thing. So that's basically the episode. My review on it is that it was a good episode. It set up a lot of things. Next episode is gonna just basically be all about Damon being jealous that she's moving on, but it sets up everybody hunting for the hunter now. It also sets up a possibility of Bonnie being able to come back, um, and it also sets up a bit of a conflict because either one of two things is going to happen. Because at the end of the episode, Stefan tried to talk to Caroline and asked if they can move past this so they could become friends, and she was like, "I don't want to be friends with you." So either one of two things gonna happen: either A, she's gonna forgive Stefan eventually, and they're gonna become friends and start going out, or B, she might actually end up with Enzo. I'm hoping that she ends up with Enzo because honestly, Stefan has pissed me off beyond belief. And honestly, Stefan's one of my least favorite characters just because the shit that his character does is like yeah, it's infuriating. It's hard for me to even explain. Um, but and don't like get me wrong. You know what I'm saying. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I started in season three. And I did. That's part of the reason why I didn't like Stefan. But when I went back and watched season one and two, I was rooting for Stefan, already knowing the track he was gonna go down. So, yeah. But yeah, so that's my review. It's a pretty short review. Like I said, I like to go through the episodes, say what happens. I think that it's starting to get interesting. I can't wait for Bonnie to come back because we all know that she is. Nobody staying dead. I'm hoping that the whole Kai situation goes somewhere. But we'll see. In the meantime, we also have Jeremy who's off his rocker still, so that needs to be situated. Maybe he needs to find somebody. But then again, at the end of the day, when you have such an epic love like that, it's like it hurts. You know what I mean? Just like her and him and Elena did not handle their dead loved ones the proper way. They didn't. Jeremy fucking every girl in the world, and Elena doing drugs. So, but well, they were. Anyways, but yeah, this video is pretty long, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.